Is it your thyroid? Understanding symptoms versus real thyroid issues. Hi friends, welcome back to Endo Simplified. I'm Dr. Nguyen, board certified in endocrinology and internal medicine. And today we're answering one of the most common questions I hear in clinic, on TikTok, in the grocery store, and sometimes from relatives at family parties. Is it my thyroid? Because let's be honest, if you're tired, stressed, cold, losing hair, gaining weight, having mood swings, or your cat looked at you funny, someone has probably told you, "Girl, it's your thyroid." But today, we're going to separate what is actually thyroid-related from what is just life, stress, or Netflix keeping you up past midnight. Let's make this simple. The symptoms everyone blames on the thyroid. Let's start with the classics, the Mount Rushmore of thyroid complaints. 1. Fatigue. Fatigue is the Beyoncé of symptoms. It shows up everywhere and everyone recognizes it. But fatigue alone doesn't mean thyroid disease. It could be anemia, sleep apnea, depression, stress, chronic fatigue syndrome, or just parenting. 2. Weight changes. People love to blame the thyroid for weight gain. And listen, I get it. If my thyroid took the fall instead of my boba habits, I would also be happy. But true hypothyroidism usually causes modest weight gain, 5 to 10 pounds, not 50. 3. Mood swings. Anxiety, irritability, depression, these are extremely common, with or without thyroid disease. Sometimes it's not your thyroid, sometimes it's your job, your kids, or your in-laws. 4. Hair loss. Diffuse hair shedding is super common. It can be stress, iron deficiency, medications, or androgenetic alopecia. Thyroid hair loss usually gets better once hormones normalize. 5. Menstrual irregularities. Yes, thyroid disease can affect your cycle, but so can PCOS, perimenopause, stress, heavy exercise, and about 367 other things. So if these symptoms are everywhere, how do you actually know when it is the thyroid? How common is thyroid disease really? Thyroid disorders are common, but not as common as social media makes it seem. Hypothyroidism, 0.5 to 2%. Hyperthyroidism, 0.2 to 1.3%. Subclinical hypothyroidism, 4 to 10%, often mild or temporary. So yes, it's out there, but no, not everyone walking around with fatigue and a latte has thyroid disease. The science, how we actually diagnose thyroid disease. Thyroid disease is not diagnosed by symptoms. It is diagnosed by biochemical abnormalities. The gold standard: 1. TSH-first test. 2. Free T4 if TSH is abnormal. 3. Repeat testing to confirm persistent abnormality. A single abnormal thyroid test does not diagnose you. TSH can bounce around. Stress, illness, lab variation, and even supplements like biotin can mess it up. True thyroid disease requires persistent, repeat biochemical abnormalities. Subclinical hypothyroidism, the most misunderstood category. Subclinical hypothyroidism means the TSH is a little high, but the free T4 is normal. Common facts. Very common, 4 to 10% of adults. Often causes no symptoms, often returns to normal on its own. Treatment is not automatic. When we treat, TSH greater than or equal to 10 milli-international units per liter, severe symptoms that persist for months, pregnancy planning in certain cases, positive TPO antibodies in younger adults. But if your TSH is 5 and you're tired, levothyroxine is not going to fix your life, your sleep schedule, or your iron deficiency, and it could actually hurt you. Why symptoms don't always improve even when TSH is normal. This is the part nobody likes hearing, but it's the truth. Up to 30 to 40% of people still feel tired or unwell even when their thyroid labs are perfectly normal. Why? Because the symptoms may be coming from anemia, depression or anxiety, sleep apnea, perimenopause or menopause, vitamin D deficiency, chronic pain or fibromyalgia, poor sleep, stress, medications. We do patients a disservice when we blame the thyroid for everything, because then we miss the real cause. The dangers of overdiagnosis and overtreatment. When you treat a thyroid that doesn't need treatment, bad things happen. First, overtreatment, iatrogenic hyperthyroidism, atrial fibrillation, osteoporosis, anxiety, heart palpitations, insomnia. This is literally too much of a good thing. Your bones and heart will not thank you. Second, psychological burden. Being labeled with a chronic disease increases anxiety and healthcare use. Third, financial cost. Unnecessary tests plus unnecessary medications equals unnecessary bills. What guidelines actually recommend? Use TSH-first approach, confirm abnormalities with repeat labs, treat subclinical hypothyroidism only when appropriate. Evaluate other causes of symptoms, avoid overtreatment and unnecessary lifelong medication. Because once you're on levothyroxine, most patients stay on it forever, even when they didn't need it. So is it your thyroid? Maybe, but maybe not. Your thyroid is incredibly important, but it's not to blame for every symptom we experience as humans. The key is evidence-based testing, reliable labs, repeat confirmation, and looking at the whole person, not just the TSH. If this video helped you understand your thyroid better, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's convinced their thyroid is plotting against them. I'm Dr. Nguyen, and this is Endo Simplified, making hormones make sense. See you in the next video.